Mambo ni matatu.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome back to our channel once again. And it is my hope and prayer that the video is going to find you guys in good health. Personally, I am fine, as you can see. Kisumu is fantastic, and maybe you could also let me know where you are watching the video from. The county or the country, in case you are out of the republic. And for this particular video, kindly let me know the name of the specific constituency you are watching the video from. Ladies and gentlemen, over the weekend, there was a funeral of one of the foremost sons of the Luo nation, Gogne Rajope. Gogne Rajope was one of the top contractors from this county, Kisumu. And for those who remember, this is the man who fell from the second floor of KRA offices where he had gone to negotiate some repayment plan for some tax arrears the KRA were demanding from him. That burial was presided over by Bishop Charles Ong'injo of ACK Maseno South. The mood provided the right opportunity for the bishop to speak truth to power.
We have a hungry government that is looking for any means of income so that they can fill their pockets. If you cannot pay people who have genuinely worked, and then you are running with the choppers that you are doing empowerment my foot.
And if you are to ask me, the sermon by the bishop is actually a wake-up call to ODM leaders, particularly from Nyanza, who are supportive of the broad-based government, and William Ruto should actually be worried based on the reception the clips have received from across the country.
I don't think there is any government that has killed its people more than the Ruto government in history of Kenya. Ruto has good meaning for us because he's giving our dead state funeral. When you die and you are given a state funeral, now everybody follows you because somebody has been given a state what?
In this video, I want us to talk about why that sermon should actually be a wake-up call to the Luo leaders who are supporting William Ruto's government. Before we do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. Because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to try and break this speech in sections which are relevant to the Luo nation. The first question, and the pastor hit the right chords. Are Luos truly in government? That is one of the questions which has been moving around. As a matter of fact, the Luo nation are blaming the experts, the ODM experts from Nyanza, because they're making it appear as if Luos have never been in government.
Because when Opio Wanda is made a CS and Bad is made a CS, you are all over how you are enjoying in this government. You know, the irony is, people from Mount Kenya have got 6 or 7 cabinet positions and over 6 PSS. And they're being treated as if they are in opposition. It is the Luos who are in the government who is mad in this arrangement. Now, unajua, these things are happening, but what are our leaders telling us? What is Mbadi telling us? That they are firmly in broad. Now wanasema hatutoki because this is the first time we are enjoying the fruits of broad-based.
Granted, and this is the truth, the Luo nation never voted for William Ruto. And I don't expect them to expect a lot from William Ruto. But the other fact which we cannot run away from is the fact that without the support of Raila Odinga, probably this government would have collapsed. Either the GNCs would have brought it down, or Rigathi Gachagua would have marshaled enough support to impeach the president. But the fact that these guys keeps on rubbing, the fact that, Luos are in government is something which is worrying the Luo nation. The truth is, those in government are not doing much. Opiyo Wandayi, for example, is being accused of doing very little, very, very little, to even empower or employ the young people from this region. In fact, Mbadi is trying, because he's the cabinet secretary, is supposed to be allocating resources with the help of Sam Atandi, who is the chair of the budget. On that aspect, I think they are not doing badly. But the thing is, politics is local. And the locals should feel, when you tell them that they are in government and therefore they should not talk, then you should convince them. You should give them a reason why they should fail that government. As a matter of fact, in this William Ruto government today, in Nyanza, if you remove Raymond Omolo, nobody would fail it. It is Raymond Omolo who has activities moving around. And those are the facts. So the fact that we have two experts who feels that being in government covers the entire Luo is something which is worrying the community. Because as they celebrate the two, Mount Kenya has how many MPs, how many ministers, how many PSS? And this is exactly what this guy is saying. And the reception is good for this speech because those are the realities. Number two is something which I think the government should figure out how to deal with. The Luo nation are saying that they've been on the street long enough, and therefore they will no longer go to the streets again. Granted, that's what they are saying. But the fact that they've been going to the streets means most of them have been affected the most by police brutality. During the Sufuria movements and even during the anti-finance bill protest. But so far, compensation is still an issue. And that's one of the issues which ODM party were trying to address. So the message to the cabinet ministers is that instead of rubbing being in government on the faces of the community, they should actually move with speed and ensure that the victims, not only the Luo victims, but across the country, are compensated.
And they are friends. They talk over the phone. And then they seal things. That is why abductions are being done and you don't hear where those people have gone to. May the Lord help us so that at a personal level, we make a personal decision that you want to lead a life which has integrity. You want to live a life that is beyond reproach. You want to stand for the truth. And you firmly want to maintain your dignity.
Because by that, they'll be able to solve so many issues around police brutality, abductions. Remember, the guy who was being buried was one of the top contractors. He was even doing construction works up to Sudan. His company is multi-billion. KRA decided to lock his pin, all those things according to the stories outside there. Which means, just rightfully as the bishop is saying, most people are dying as a result of stress. So how can they address all these issues of pending bills? Number three, there is the question of unemployment. When William Ruto took over office, he promised, in fact, before taking over, he promised to address the issue of unemployment. I attended a burial somewhere in Rangwe last weekend, and something shocked me. how the young boys are waiting for the political class in funerals and then trying to follow them for, you know, I mean, I don't want to describe that scene. It's not much these sides. These sides, I know the way they get money from politicians, but that shocked me. It means the level of unemployment. Today, if you have to remove the bodaboda sector and the tuk-tuk sector from our economy, that's when you'll realize that we have very many unemployed young people. Yet, we see empowerment programs in the name of Harambes. And the bishop is rightly putting it that there are people who have done their work and they are yet to be paid. Pay them before empowering those who have not worked. So these are some of the issues which someone like Mbadi, who is the finance minister, should address. And they are not confined to the Luo nation, if you have to ask me.
If you cannot pay people who have genuinely worked, and then you are running with the choppers that you are doing empowerment my foot. Yule mtu wa Soprano, leo ako siji wapi, the next day ako somewhere because he's doing what? Anafanya nini? What kind of empowerment are you doing when genuine workers cannot be paid what legally belongs to them?
And for me, William Ruto should be worried. Why? When the bishop was delivering this sermon, people were cheering. And at the same time, they were silent. They gave him time to deliver the speech, which means his message was being delivered directly to their ears. William Ruto's re-election is pegged on the support he's going to get from places like Nyanza and the Luo nation. What if tomorrow the bishops, all of them, will start delivering this kind of speeches in funerals, in churches? Very few people will be able to vote for William Ruto's government. So Ruto should figure out the best way that if he has ministers, for example, the ODM experts from this region, then these experts should find a way of communicating, engaging, and of course, delivering to the people. And lastly, I think it boils down to leadership and integrity. That was the basis of this sermon. I don't know what you think, but for me, if you had to ask me, that was probably one of the best speeches ever by any bishop. It reminds us of Henry Okolo, of Bishop Munga, several others before. I don't know what you think. That's my take on that matter. Until next time, this is Lee Makwiny. Bye-bye.